Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Nathan from MyCryptoParadise, and in this video let's talk about the Tron and quickly dive into the fundamentals as well as the price action against the USDT and against the Bitcoin. So let's go to the coin market cap, and as can be seen, Tron is currently at rank number 19. So this is pretty much on the top, in the top 20. The market cap is $2,152,000,000 US dollars. Looking at the 24-hour price action, we can see that the Tron has declined by nearly 5%. 7-day price action shows the growth of nearly 3%. All in all, it stays in line with the most other cryptocurrencies. Not much of an action overall, although we're still in green considering the last week price action and comparing it to other coins. For example, Stellar, well, after the rally, obviously it has declined quite a lot. So Stellar down, Monero down, Theta down. More or less, we can see that there is no rally as such for the time being, and maybe this is because the Bitcoin is also consolidating. Looking at the coin 360, we can see that the Tron is actually taking quite a large place in the coin market cap, just so you can visualize this. And against the Bitcoin, we had a loss of 2.28%. which is similar to what we had against the USDT. Let's go to the trading view and start with the TRX against the BTC. Always looking at these charts because they tend to give the price action of the coin itself rather than the overall cryptocurrency market. If coin is outperforming the Bitcoin, meaning it is fundamentally strong and could be outperforming the dollar as well, or should be outperforming, and perhaps other altcoins. So let's see what is happening. This is the weekly time frame, obviously a big picture. The price has been at the bottom at the end of 2017, then we all had this rally and there was this uptrend of 10,000%. Just imagine how huge it is against the Bitcoin. Right now, price has corrected by 96.5%. This is a substantial price drop. Of course, at some point in time, this should end and we should be seeing either some strong correction, as we have seen already here back in April 18, then back in December 18 and January. Then we had another quite a strong pullback in August 2020. And now price is getting squeezed quite a lot. We can see we are moving within this wedge. And in the worst case scenario, maybe we will test even the bottom of this wedge. But it's too early to say that. We need to analyze the price action on the lower time frames as well. Let's move to the daily time frame, and we also see that the trend is very bearish. Now, if I use the Elliott wave, we could have already went through the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So potentially this is the end of the wave 5, which at the same time could be extended further. But based on that, we might be starting to reverse slowly. Now we can also draw a simple downtrend trend line through these two highs, and price did break above this trend line. This could have been the first indication that Tron is either at the bottom or is close to the bottom before some sort of correction up will take place. So market moves in cycles, and of course it cannot go down forever, and we might be expecting some corrective move to the upside. Now I want to share with you the 4-hour chart. We are forming here a triangle as well. Well, it has been formed, although price spiked lower. Well, we had the break above the downtrend trend line, but you can see it's not like clear breakout at the start, but then we finally had this 4-hour candle closing above it. But at the same time, we don't have a higher highs and higher lows pattern, and we need to close above this high in order for the price to continue moving up. Even after the breakout, we have the 200 simple moving average, which will act as the resistance. So ideally, break to the upside, ABC correction, and then we might be seeing this stronger move up. At the same time, we can see that the price is currently finding the support at the 50 simple moving average, and as long as this area holds, buyers could be starting to step in, sending the price potentially towards the moving average as well. But if this low will get broken, then most likely price will retest the trend line, so we might be seeing further downside move. Another thing, interesting thing I wanted to share with you, probably no one spotted it. If I go back to the weekly time frame, what we can see is the previous level of support, the red line, and back to the forward chart, there was this break below the support, so clear confirmed breakout, and we had this pullback. So let's apply Fibonacci to this pullback, where I have multiple Fibonacci levels just to see if there is some sort of support formed near these levels. And what is very interesting is that we had this clean rejection of this support area, which is 261.8 Fips at 75 Satoshis. So I do like a lot this sort of rejection. It's very nice, after which price actually broke above the downtrend trend line and broke above the moving average, which is now acting as the support. So perhaps this area now where 227.2 Fips could be this support, very important support. But most importantly, of course, is this rejection. If price will manage to get below, then most probably there will be further selling pressure. But as long as the key support, I would say this is the level, holds, we should continue to trade further, at least towards the moving average, which corresponds to the 127.2 Fips at 100 Satoshis. This is a psychological level, and we had the rejection of this level previously right there. Maybe we will retest this level, and for the long-term bull run, or at least a medium to short term, we definitely need to break above, then some pullback, and then maybe this could be the entry for buyers, who knows, but we definitely need to break above this area. And if we will have this breakout above here, then price is likely to start rising. Now the big question is how far the price can go. And for this we need to go back to the weekly time frame, where you can see I have applied volume profile indicator, which shows the price where the most trading volume has occurred. So I have used entire range, which shows me that the most trading volume has occurred at this price where the red line is. Let's mark it. And another level, important level, is volume profile indicator also, which shows me this range from this bottom up until this top. So where is the most trading volume has occurred is at this price. Now I'm going to remove these indicators to make it more clear. And what we have is the previous area of support, which is here, corresponding to 135 Satoshis, and then we have volume profile indicator showing us that there is this resistance area between 184 and 197 Satoshis. And now guys, the most interesting thing, let's see what it is. And we are going to use the simple Fibonacci retracement indicator, and let's go to the daily time frame. So right there, we need to find the last wave. This is clearly this one from November up until now. And I'm going to apply Fips from the top to the bottom. And what we see is our volume profile lines correspond to 78.6 and 88.6 Fips. Guys, this is just amazing. After I found this, I was so surprised that they correspond exactly to each other, and this makes 184 and 198 Satoshis area a very, very, very important price zone for the Tron against the Bitcoin. So we might be seeing this uptrend towards this area in the medium to long-term future, because we are on the daily time frame, which means it could be taking quite a lot of time. It certainly seems that if and when this area will be broken, then we could be seeing further uptrend and even the beginning of the massive trend to the upside. Up until this point, this will remain a very long bearish trend. Now back to the weekly chart, this area also corresponds to our downtrend trend line, and we might be seeing a test of this trend line. So price will go up, then we will see some rejection or breakout, and this will be very important. At this stage, this is where the Bitcoin dominance could be going down quite a lot, giving the room for altcoins. For now, it's too early, but if there will be similar price action, then this could be to the moon. Up until this point, we only expect that the price will rise, potentially consolidate in this area, and then we need to pay attention what will be happening there if and when, of course, it reaches it. At the same time, keep in mind that there is a 50 moving average which also corresponds to this resistance area and is likely to be tested. In fact, we could be seeing some green candle like this one, so very fast move to the upside. Also a possible scenario for the Tron against the Bitcoin. Now let's quickly jump to the TRX against the USDT. We have a simple uptrend trend line. We had this rejection right there, and after which there was no clear break below this support. We see the support at 0.02 USDT and it hasn't been broken. At the same time, we have this support previously formed there, resistance, resistance, support, support. Very extremely important price area for the Tron against the USDT, and it has been respected consistently. This means that the bulls are completely in control at the moment, and it might result in the price increase towards the trend line once again. So there are few scenarios that we might be seeing, or even something like that. Having said that, we need to pay attention to the lower time frame price action as well. What we have right now is price stuck between the support and resistance. The support at 0.029, the resistance at 0.031. This is clearly a range trading, and before price breaks above this high, it is likely that we will stay within the range. So we have low, we have high, and we need to break either above this level or below this level. If that occurs, there will be either a downtrend or an uptrend. At least the probability will shift substantially in the direction of the breakout. So for now, most likely, traders who like getting the best risk to reward opportunity would be capitalizing on this move where the price is very low, but it's too risky. It's just a range trading which might continue without any sort of move. On the other hand, break above this resistance and correct move to the downside could be providing this area as a buying opportunity with a much higher probability. So what might be happening in case of the break above this resistance? Well, there are several scenarios that we might be seeing. One of them is 61.8 Fips, which is usually a very strong resistance level. So either price will go there, forming a double top near this price area and then correcting down, or we will have a break higher and then price will either retest this high and then correct, or it will break further and even further. So we have 161.8 Fips and 127.2 Fips as the potential resistance levels applied to this last move down where the trend line was rejected right at this spot. And to summarize, you can see what can be expected from the Tron against the USDT in the coming days or even hours, because on the forward chart we need to break this range, whether downside or upside, then it's better to take action. But in the long run, the still an uptrend, and the probability that this is or was a good entry point is remained high, because we had the rejection of our trend line on the weekly chart. There was a massive support form rejected, so we certainly are in an uptrend and no clarity if this will be a downtrend or not. But if we break below the 50 moving average, this support area, certainly there will be a risk for this decline further. For now, we remain in a bullish trend. Probability is in favor of the bulls. This could have been a good entry considering it is the bottom of the range, but the safe approach buyers could be taking is waiting for the break above and then pull back and then only entry and rally. This is one of the scenarios, of course. Price could be tricky, could be breaking up and then going down. You know, anything is possible in these crazy market conditions. And another thing I wanted to mention about the Tron is some fundamental interesting facts. Like, did you know that largest blockchain social media Steemit joining Tron's ecosystem? Well, that sounds interesting. Then Tron has acquired the BitTorrent for $140 million. And Tron's BitTorrent partnered with Huawei, which is the mobile company. And another fact, Samsung is working with the Tron to support TRX dApps building tool for the Tron blockchain. It just looks like Tron is moving towards the mobile business, which is huge considering that everyone nowadays has a smartphone. Tron certainly is moving in a certain direction, step by step, and this could attract still investors in the long run. Okay, and just a quick run up through some of the previously made analysis. ADA against the Bitcoin reached the resistance that we did expect. For now, it either will be a break to the upside or a continuation of an uptrend, or we will see a corrective move down. So we will not continue for the time being on Cardano because we have reached the expected level. The chain link against the Bitcoin. We have shared with you the analysis once the price was in this box. So break above, we expected the resistance at 68,000 Satoshis to be tested. Still could be the case. This was a good rally. We even predicted that the price could be correcting towards this support, which is 61.8 Fips. And this looks pretty bullish considering that we did reject the 61.8 Fips precisely. Now, Bitcoin Cash against the Bitcoin, we did break above this resistance area. Now we are back to this area, which is now acting as the support and could be now price starting to rise. Obviously, the most important price area is near 0.012 BTC, which is the key support where the moving average got rejected. And as long as the price stays above this support, the uptrend is likely to continue, or at least we will have another wave to the upside to produce a double top near this area. And finally, .BTC. Well, that was the expected correction. As we discussed, we had the decline towards 61.8 Fips, which nearly got rejected. So there is still some room for the decline towards the 38.2 Fips, and then we might be seeing an uptrend. Also, we saw this rejection. This could be now the case for the last and fifth wave to the upside, before which we're likely to see some correction yet again, and maybe then continuation, or it could be a stronger downtrend. But all in all, we're still in the correctional phase. So we need to watch either retest of the channel or the moving average, or yet another Fibonacci retest. Also important to see whether they will be rejected, because in the worst case, we are likely to retest the support area. All right, that's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to take it easy and smooth, and see you next time.